Hello all, Jeff here with a new video, more FIA action for you on GT Sport. This time, it was the last of the Nations Cup races. As of recording of this video, Group 1 at Spa. This should be a very good combination. Start off with, we're going to go with the 2016 Audi R18, you know, the tractor. So let's see how it goes. So qualifying, you know, could have been a bit better to be honest, just braking a little too hard into the bus stop, but getting it stopped nonetheless. So let's see what kind of time we can produce to start off with. It would end up being a 2:08, and I know I could, you know, go a bit quicker than that. Next lap, as we go through Blanchimont, take a bit of grass on the curb, no worries there. Nice and blended, this good old LMP1 car. Braking into the bus stop, a bit better there. Maybe taking too much curb this time around, but it's actually got me turned into the last section of the bus stop, and it would end up getting me a 1:59.9. So provisionally second, but anyway, there's the pole sitter Ben 666, and I would end up starting in 4th position. What you're going to notice is, and there's a Toyota GT1 livery on a Toyota TS030, which is not the preferred Toyota here, and a Tomahawk as well. So be interested to see how the Tomahawk goes as the planes just, you know, spray the Belgian colours in the sky, looking pretty cool indeed. But anyway, we're off. We're in 4th position, and I just got to brake too hard and give this Wood the punt. And I don't know how I didn't get a penalty. Maybe because he just somehow kept it on the track. But a savage dive bomb from myself. But I kind of felt bad for this as we go down Rouge and up the Radeon. I was thinking to myself, you know, that's my mistake. So, you know what? I'll give him, you know, as much of a chance to get by me at Kenmore as I possibly can. So I'll just back off, let him through. But not only that, it's actually going to help me in the long run because it saved me a bit of fuel as well. Now this race, preferably the one-stop strategy without having to change fuel. This Wood going over the curb at LSEM, and he's off, he's gone on the curb at Rivage, and I'm back up to 3rd place. So he caught the penalty for just going wide at LSEM and getting one wheel on the curb at Rivage, and it's cost him dearly. So up to 3rd, as you can see, 1st and 2nd are battling Hammer and Tonga Puon. So you never know if something happens between those two. I'll be right in this for the lead. But, you know, an interesting turn of events so far at lap 1 has mainly been involving the top 4. There may be more going on behind me, but you know what, it's all about the battle for the lead. So we got Eddie the champ and Ben 666. So Eddie has actually made the move on Ben, the pole sitter. So, you know, it could be an interesting little race here. And remember, there's always slipstream, especially around here with, you know, this section and the Kemmel Straight. So you never know what's going to happen. We go through Blanchimont, taken very nicely, almost easily flat in an Group 1 car, whatever you like to call it. Into the bus stop, the leaders, bumper to bumper. So that could be on that battle for the lead. And again, if anything happens between those two, I can capitalise and take both of them. Anyway, lap 3, Al Pacino's in the Porsche 919 is storming behind me. He started in 7th position, and he's all the way up to 4th, and he could be on to get by all of us. Anyway, into the bus stop we go. Al Pacino's has given me the punt. So he's up to 3rd, and like myself, punting and getting away with a penalty. Interesting, but that Porsche 919. The acceleration out of the corners is so much better than the Audi. In my opinion, I feel the hybrid comes through, you know, the hybrid power, you know, I don't know what's the best way, deploys too quickly in the Audi, so much so that you destroy the front tyres. But the leader has got a penalty. Eddie the champ got the penalty for cutting the corner. Al Pacino's, he's going to grab 2nd thanks to Eddie serving the penalty. So that's a really good start from the Porsche. You know, starting from 7th, now in 2nd, round about, you know, thereabouts for the win as well. You know, very well done to him. But as we go to lap 6, Al Pacino's still hounding Ben. Eddie the champ in third. He's obviously he's actually lost out a bit on that battle to the lead. Whether he's conserving his tyres or whether that's the penalty just playing a part, I don't know. But here we go with the Poo on. Al Pacino's has actually taken the lead from 7th to 1st. Not even halfway through the race, he's in the lead, so well done to him. Anyway, so it's lap 7. I'm right there with Eddie the champ, but we got Pan back behind me in another Audi R18, and he's got the run on me, so I thought to myself, we'll just back off because we don't want to be too wide through Eau Rouge and Raidillon. I know what that's like, battling with THR Flex on Forza. It could end very badly. But into 5th, down to 5th, but it's a long race and strategies involved. Eddie the champ just extending Poo on in a huge way, and has copped a penalty for it. It's 5/10. But as we go into the first bar, Stabio, Pan back, Eddie the champ, they're having a bit of an altercation. Yeah, contact, and I'm just going to breeze straight by, and I'm back in the 3rd place. Didn't think I'd get back into 3rd, to be honest. But as we go to the bus stop at lap 7, I thought to myself, it's time to pit, get some fresh medium tyres on. I'm doing the medium hard splitting on my first stint. I'm going mediums all round for the next 8 laps. So LSEM Oz, very enthusiastic with his lollipop there. Yeah, he wants me to do well, and so do all the LSEM boys here. Pushing me to do as well as I possibly can. Anyway, out of the pits, down to 7th place, but again, plenty of time here, and now we've got fresh tyres and got enough gap on the Peugeot behind, so I don't have to worry about him, although the Peugeot 908 does have very good straight line speed, but that Eau Rouge and Raidillon taken very nicely, so we shouldn't have to worry about him. So, further on in lap 8, so Eddie the champ had just lost it at Stabio. He's in a spin, he's in the wall, that's his race pretty much done. Lucky that he was ghosted, or else I would have been done as well. Start lap 9, Ben 666 makes his pit stop. But in saying that, I'm riding this for the win because Natty Gaines and Diswood haven't pitted yet. Now Natty Gaines is driving the Toyota TSO 30. I mean, the TSO 50 is the better car for this race, so it's interesting he's choosing the older model. But it's working out for him. Anyway, we're right there for the lead. And although I'm the effective race leader, unless they're going to try and somehow deliver a miracle and do a no-stop strategy. Anyway, into Rivage we go. Do we think about making a move? No, we don't. But we're right there. Just giving Diswood the slice attacks. Didn't hurt him at all, which is good. But it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. I thought about making a move at Pouon, but you know what? There is absolutely no point. It could just lead to disaster, so we'll stay behind him for now. Natty Gaines doing a brilliant job in the Toyota. He's actually pulling away from Diswood. So, just back off a little bit, save a bit of fuel, and not only that, avoid contact is a huge factor here as well. Anyway, into the first part of Savio. So will we make the move on Diswood or not? We'll just have to find out. But we've got this straight away then Blanchimont to make the move on him at the bus stop. Think about making the move at Blanchimont, but you know what? There's no point going too wide at Blanchimont. Yes, these cars can take Blanchimont flat out, but still, too wide is no good because someone's going to cop a penalty. Bus stop, he actually just lets me by. It was actually job done, 2nd place. But you'll find that Diswood was actually going to pit, so regardless, it was a good move. But in the same sense, if he was pitting, he probably wouldn't have made it that easy. Anyway, Natty Gaines in the Toyota, he's all over the joint. We're going to think about making a move at Rivage. Do we do it? Yes, we do. It's a forceful move, but it's good hard racing. So up the first, past the Toyota. Now can Ben get past Natty Gaines as well, or not? No, the Toyota is still in 2nd, so that's going to hinder Natty Gaines' chase for the lead because he's pitted 1 lap later than I have, so he'll have fresher tyres to the end. But Ben has only just gone past Natty Gaines now. Anyway, lap 14 to 15, Diswood, who pitted at lap 9, He's right behind Ben 666 here now. There it is, there's the gap. Very, very close indeed. He's like 2 seconds quicker than me. So, you know, this race is not over in a long shot, because if Diswood can get past Ben, which he has now, got past him at Lake Home. So, you know, it's not over this race. And remember, I don't have much fuel left either. So if I run out of fuel, it's gonna be Diswood's victory. But we'll just have to find out here. Just trying to go as hard as I possibly can. Obviously my tyres are shot. Diswood's tyres 2 laps fresher. He may have saved a bit more fuel thanks to the punt from myself. Unintentional. But here we go through Blanchimont as we brake hard into the bus stop. Can we take this nicely? Yes, we can. Now, what's the go of Diswood? Is he going to get anywhere near me? He's actually very close. He gets slidey though, and I've just barely got enough fuel to get the victory. Audi R18's locking the podium. Oh, I did not expect to win that, to be honest. So the undercut has worked there, and that was the first. And that was my first victory in the FIA Championship. So we're driving down to victory lane, and I don't know how that was a clean race because of the contact. But as you can see, I'm very pumped about that. That was an absolute gemma de Ooster of a race. It's just moments like these, you know, you just have to let it sink in. I thought to myself, I'd give it another crack though. This time, the Peugeot 908, obviously in a better split because I'm ranked 19th. But this race wasn't that great. Well, qualifying was terrible because right here, I just jump over this bollard and that would send me into the sand to the fence. And my best lap here was a 2-minute 0.8, and in a high split, that's no good. I'd go for another flying lap, so the guy just set the quickest time. He's just slowing down at on, and there's no ghosting. Bang! He's off. Yeah, so that's cost my qualifying. So, but I'm going to start 12, and there's a lot of Peugeots here. So there I am. But one thing I've found with the Peugeot is it's very oversteery. And not only that, it doesn't have the hybrid power. Just look at the Porsche. It's just going to breeze by me because that hybrid is kicking in. But the interesting thing is you go on the Kemmel Straight, the Porsche isn't that great in a straight line, whereas the Peugeot, it can hit 200 mile an hour without a slipstream. So we're just going to easily get past the Porsche there. But one thing I found with this car is it is very oversteery. If you're going to want to use this car, you want to really know it like the back of your hand. Like get as quick a lap times as you possibly can in qualifying. That's your best bet if you want to use this car. Because if you're at the back, you're pretty much going to be stuck there. Unfortunately, the Porsche forcefully gets by me again. So he's up to 12th. We're back down to 13th. As we go to lap 7, same strategy as the Audi. We're going to pit. We're on the marbles, and we spun. Although the reset probably actually saved us a bit of time there. So we go into the pits, lap 13, in 12th. Oh, it's going too far down Blanchimont, so we should back off, let this guy go by us, so we don't get a penalty. And luckily we didn't, or else if we just kept pushing it. And we spun at the end of the bus stop into the wall. Things have just gone bad to worse. A very disappointing 16th. Maybe I should have just stopped after the victory in the Audi R18 because this is going to kill my rating, this. So, yeah, very disappointing indeed. I decided to do one more race, this time in the Toyota TS050. This car is pretty good if you ask me, but the thing is, it does have the hybrid, so you've got to be mindful of that. But what kind of time can we do in qualifying here? It would be a 59.8. So, but again, 8th position. So, could be better, could be worse. Now, where we start is ridiculous. In the middle of the bus stop, and I've got hardly even any throttle on, and we've spun it before we even get to the start line. So we're going to lose a position here. So down to 9th. and we brake hard into the last source, and it's gone too hard. Bang! A savage punt, unintentional, and we're all over the joint. 2 of us are in the wall. Oh no, things have gone from bad to worst. There is that saying, never rest on your laurels. But at this point, I should be resting on my laurels because, already got a victory in this race, and now the next 2 time slots, well, they've been complete disasters, to be honest. So we've got the 3-second penalty thanks to the punt and the corner cut. It was mainly the punt, but yeah, we're going to go all the way back down to last place, and we didn't even make it to the line. Very disappointing 17th place. But there you have it. So if you like the video, smash the thumbs up button, leave a comment, let me know what you think. And if you want to see more, subscribe and tap the notification icon. Anyway, this is Jeff here, and happy racing. Cheers.